folk. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at the door, ready to make an entrance, so back on up.
Cause you know we're about to rip shit up.
Give me the microphone first so I can bust like a bubble.
Hey everybody, it's the cast of 3Up 3Down here, throwing out gang signs everywhere.
Gang signs are appreciated.
Yes, thank you. And we are coming to the Virginia Peninsula. Spring season has concluded. So now we will be recapping last week's first ever draft for the Summer Patriot Express League, the aptly named Patriot Express League.
I tell you what, man, I was so depressed to miss this. I mean, even when I was at a beach in North Carolina, sun on my face, beer in my hand, I still had my cell phone in there getting constant updates. I was so envious of you guys to be out there for that draft.
Yeah, what an event, man. It was cool to see everyone come out to the Cactus and really kick off this season. Such a unique thing to be a part of. I mean, everyone was smiling and cheering, and Keith did such an awesome job at emceeing it and announcing the selections. Wilkinson was updating that spreadsheet for you.
Thank you, John Wilkinson. I appreciate that. A lot of the people in the house appreciated that.
Yeah. So, but man, what an awesome event, man. That was pretty cool.
Love to see the pictures of the draft picks too, like holding up the shirts, and you were giving out American flags. It was classic. It was classic. WAKA Summer posters being passed around. Hell yeah.
It's good times.
Once again,
you had your chance to pick me up, man. We'll get to that later, but
you have to make all these fancy little I'm make all this shit. Old Glory. Done.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we will see. Anyway, so let's get down to what happened.
I'm glad I'm sitting in between you guys.
Yeah,
yeah, you're the Poland of this podcast.
Belgium.
I'm about to get fucked either way.
Yep. So true.
Heard that.
World War II for those of you who are not.
All right.
Yeah, let's go to what happened. So a randomized draft order. Just a note, those of you not familiar with fantasy football nuts out there, snake style draft. There were 7 teams picking, so they went 1 through 7, and then 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in the second round. So the team who picked first, then picked 14th. The team who picked 7th, then picked 8th. So the team picking first, Mr. Manny Anderson, and his crushing on you sidekick, Crystal Tanner.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I know.
Hey, we get a lot of
2 of my former teammates.
For not mentioning
we get a lot of heat
the hotness of WAKA, the hot side of the gym.
Yeah. So we gotta make sure we put them first. It's Crystal Tanner and Manny Anderson.
I feel like Crystal is more the brains of this operation, to be honest with you.
Well, no one's going to question that.
Manny is indeed the brawn.
So they started out with the #1 pick, and there's a lot of debate. Who are they going to go with? And I think they made an excellent pick for the first one, so it kind of complements them very well. So Manny, he made one of the All-Peninsula teams, which will be posted this week, so there's no surprise. So they already got an All-Peninsula Charger on their roster just as one of the captains. So what better need to fill than the best catcher overall in the league? So they pick Eric Stevens, #1 overall. He was the first Peninsula or first team All-Peninsula catcher. So now they got an elite Charger and elite catcher. That's a good way to build a franchise around.
Absolutely. Great pick. I mean, Eric consistently playing catcher, most notably on Just for Kicks in the regular seasons. Just a terrible threat to have. He's so quick on the ball, can make the throws. When you start building that infield, you want Eric Stevens to be your #1 catcher. It was a solid pickup for Manny and Miss Tana.
So Eric's, or no, we're going to stick with.
We'll go down their second pick. So of course with the snake, they don't pick again until 14. So they went ahead and they actually pulled the first girl off the board.
Sexy girl at that.
Yeah.
You're telling me.
So Katie Lytle.
She's a communist.
So she was also, All-Peninsula first team member. Actually, she was the female with the highest number of votes. So it only makes sense that she's the first female off the board. So 2 was kind of early to go with the female there, but I mean, if you're going to go that early, they got a damn good one. And I always say it's kind of early only because the next female didn't come off until another
14 picks?
No, 23rd overall. So,
Oh, yeah, Jill.
so for another round and a half, another girl didn't come on. So they might have reached, but there's no way to know when this draft was, how it was going to go. So if you see a player out there that you want, you got to go get them. And they definitely wanted Katie.
Yeah. This is from a completely unbiased perspective that I always like to say before I go into my little rant. But I mean, Katie's as good as some of these guys that you even see here, partially in the second, third, fourth round. So, a good bunter, solid outfielder, but most of all knows the game of kickball in comparison to a lot of people out there. Really can stay focused and can really get your team motivated as well. So
she's a great leader.
Yeah. So if you're looking for certain dynamics on your team, it's a good void to fill for the second round, depending on what you're looking to draft for.
So, Crushing on You followed up.
In the snake draft, they get the 14th, and then they
first
turn
pick of the
around
third
and get
round.
the first pick in the third.
And just to mention that, kind of an advantage there when you basically have two picks, so you know where you're going with those two. You have to wait a long time in between picks, but I think they utilized that effectively, as did the Mean Green Machine with their picks. So they went with Alex Jackson in the first pick of the third round, the first baseman, normally with burning bridges. Once again, filling another need that they had on that team.
Yeah.
Another one of those 4 or 5 key positions that you need to fill. And they got a good one with Alex. He's a very talented player. Holds it down for burning bridges at first.
Yeah. We'll talk about their. I agree. Alex is a great first baseman. So solid pick so far. I mean, they just had a really good draft, in my opinion. We'll talk about their next 2 picks, and then we'll maybe highlight some of the later round steals. But at number 28, and number 29, these were probably like 2 of the steals of the draft. They got Jen Toll, whose VA Peninsula team is burning bridges. For my money, Jen's probably the best female in the league that I've seen. I mean, she can bunt, she can field her position, she can kick away. That's a damn good pick, man.
Solid 2 girls on that team now that can really command a...
3 girls, because Crystal is good too.
Yeah, I forget about the captain. Yeah, my apologies.
And then you got 29th right behind that. They picked up Brian No Shoes Moore.
Huge slip in this draft to the 5th round is No Shoes.
He did the Randy Moss fall there,
Yeah,
he was just
a couple incidents, and then your draft stock starts falling. But hey, No Shoes wins games, and he lets his team win games. So
yeah, he was just in the green room, just like bummed out. He was
on the cell.
He was in there with his parents. He started crying. He expected to go in the first round, and then round number 4 comes and goes. He doesn't hear his name, but this is a good position for him as far as certainly the talent is higher than that, but good team to be on.
I tell you what, man. It makes me think of Aaron Rodgers. A person that should have gotten picked first round, and then comes out in the later picks. Now he's the top player in the NFL according to the players in 2012.
So let's talk about some of the other players they got on their team.
I was just going to run quickly sort of through some of their picks.
You mean all the Rumspringa players they got on here, Manny? What are you doing? David Merritt's, Angie, Scott Moriarty, and Mimi, who was a former Rumspringa.
Yeah,
I feel like he trying to take the Rumspringa swag, a little bit of talent over there, trying to coach him up a little bit.
They got John Wilkinson. That's a good pick in the
That's what I was going to...
mid-rounds there. So, good stuff. Crushing on you, man. They're going to be a good team.
I note a lack of a front line or starting pitcher from their picks. I don't know if there's anyone I've overlooked there, if y'all could back me up.
I would say, just looking at their roster, there'll probably be No Shoes, I would think, would probably be their top pitcher. They had Derek Patterson on the roster, so he might get some innings in there. So I don't know. They might have some other players on there that can do it. So.
Okay. All right. So that was Crushing.